Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday, right? This week kind of flew by. I will give you all just a second to hop on here. I am talking with Chrissy Vaccaro today, and she has been a part of Witch City Tarot Gathering since the beginning. She is our tarot yoga gal, and every morning she does this full practice related to the tarot, and I will definitely let her explain that when she hops on. So I'm just waiting for her to hop on and then we'll get going. So I'm Jen Sankey. Actually, let's start there. I am on the planning coven for Witch City Tarot Gathering, which is in July, the end of July. I believe it's the 22nd it's the end of July. I can't remember right now. But right in our link, you can see all the info, and you can go to witchcitytarotgathering.com, and there are tickets available still, but they are very much, the whole thing's going to be sold out very, very shortly. So do not wait to buy your tickets. Once you buy your tickets, definitely also make sure to find somewhere to stay. I'm not sure if the Hotel Salem has anything left. I'm not sure if, who else? There is so many local inns. Salem Inn may have some room left. So if you are going to come, even if you're coming for the Witches Market on Saturday, which is free, and that has a very specially curated batch of vendors, and if you are wanting to come to that too, and if you're just going to stay and come to that, definitely book your hotel now. Danvers has a lot of hotel options. It's only about 20 minutes away. I think that's always good. And there is, there's parking. You definitely have to get there early and make sure that you find a spot and all that good stuff. But there is definitely, if you're savvy about it, you can figure it out. Plus, I always like to download the meter app that they have there. I think if you look it up on their like like the Salem site, and that tells you like the available parking spaces, which is always very handy. So, so that's what's going on there. And we started yesterday. We're doing our interview series like we did last year. And we are just showcasing all of the presenters, and just so you can see what they're talking about, get to know them a little bit better, because really creating community is very important to us here at Witch City Tarot Gathering. And we really want you to be able to ask questions and go to these presentations and talk to them after, talk to everybody around you after. And we have a lot of spaces available for that too. We really loved last year how everyone just kind of was friends. Like everybody was friends with each other, and people weren't afraid to ask questions. And that was really, really important to us. So I definitely wanted to, talk about that a little bit. I'm going to just check my email here because I am still waiting for Chrissy, and hopefully she didn't get held up. So we can chat with her and see what's going on. So we are going to also be speaking with our vendors, because we really hold on. We really want you to also see what the vendors have, because it is such a crazy, it's a crazy, but like a good crazy, as far as the amount of people that come to that. So definitely, again, come early if you're coming to the Witches Market on Saturday night, which is free to the public, and do that for sure. I see Chrissy. Chrissy, go ahead and request to join. We'll get you on here. I don't know if I can do it from my end. Yeah, I don't think I can. So go ahead and just hit the request to join button and we'll get you on. Let me will get you on. So also, here we go. There she is. Give it a minute. She'll pop on for us and we can chat with her. I'm so excited. It's so much fun. But I definitely... Hello!
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
All right. I'll take it.
I'm multitasking. I'm working my regular job while I'm doing that.
Yes. Yeah. But we won't tell. It's okay. It's only a few minutes because we really are excited
totally.
to get to know you a little bit more. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Wild Sea Wellness?
Sure. I'm Chrissy Vaccaro, and I am the sole proprietor of Wild Sea Wellness. It is my yoga and wellness company that is a huge passion of mine. And I teach pretty true to form yoga. So like, it's very based in tradition. Oh,
she froze. Let's see if she pops back on. Come on, Instagram. Let's see. Yes, I know. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna let's give it a minute to get itself situated. All right. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll give it a minute. Even maybe try to just like refresh and see if that helps. So hello, everyone joining us today. I'm talking with Chrissy Vaccaro, and we are just experiencing a little retrograde interruption at the moment. We're going to give it a minute, just see if she pops on. Go ahead and refresh let me know if you refreshed and it's still frozen, because we may have to go out and come back in, because that's just the way it is. That is the way it goes. So while we're waiting to see if we get our Chrissy back, make sure too that when you come, make sure, hey Jen. Okay. Oh, looks like she's rejoining us. Let's see. Let's do this. Try it out. Whatever Instagram, whatever retrograde. There you go.
yeah, well, it's retrograde. So
I know, that's what I said. I'm like, and you know what it is? It's like with Instagram lives, they're so touchy and they are always freezing. And that's why I started actually using, like, for my own stuff, I started using like a third party thing, because it's just it constantly does this. So it's whatever. It's fine. Anywho. So you were talking about that you do yoga. So why don't you?
Yeah. So I was saying that, it's a lot of it's very based in sort of traditional yoga with the meditation and the breathing and the asana, with a lot of the Eastern piece of it. But then I have the witch side of me. So I blend a lot of the sort of that Western, thought and belief into a lot of my practices. So I offer a lot of full moon yoga classes, new moon, sort of things where I blend not only just like intention setting and new moon practice, but with the yoga nidra, which is a very ancient way of, kind of going through the layers of the body and getting to a deep state of meditation. And so the other fun thing that I do is, blend sort of the physical practice of yoga with the tarot decks. And that was Chris Gerke's idea a number of years ago, and it works,
Yeah.
So there's a flow. So I do a major arcana flow and a minor arcana flow on our practice on the 2 days of the weekend. So with the major arcana flow, it's more of a vinyasa style yoga. So it's, moving through sort of the traditional poses and linkages between the pose and the sort of meanings behind those cards, those life lesson cards. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really a nice way of sort of using your body to help, like, really either understand messages or to really understand what the cards mean to you. A lot of it's based on my interpretations and, sort of the classic interpretations, but
Yeah.
uh, it's just a nice way of being embodied and moving.
Right.
And then typically the minor arcana flow, so sort of like, your day to day, and is
Mm-hmm.
more of I do more of a yin restorative with meditation, and we kind of go through a more cooling practice, which can be good at the, during the second day
Yeah,
of the
for sure.
workshop. So everyone's partied the night before and they get a nice restful, they're not moving a ton, they're mostly just kind of, restoring. So those are both available. They'll be both available in July on our special weekend. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be doing
Yeah.
it again.
No, it's awesome, and you always have such a great turnout too. And usually what we do is Chrissy does it right in the morning just to really get your day started. It's really a great way too, and I love that, just moving, like you said, moving your body just to get the energy going, and especially before you start a day of learning, like that
Yeah.
is the perfect thing
Yeah,
to do for
for
sure.
sure.
And even make space for new things to
Right.
be absorbed,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I love
Especially
that.
for people who are traveling, like, sort of
Mhm.
like, it's a really good grounding way to, like, get settled in your space and be like, okay, I've arrived. This is what I'm doing this weekend. Right.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's amazing. Like, and I am a yoga teacher and I'm a yogi, but like, there are days that I'm too busy and I don't get to do some sort of movement in the morning, and I can tell the difference of the type of day that I have. So,
Oh yeah.
it's just incredible how it works.
No, definitely. And I really think it's cool too to do it in the space that you're learning in too. So it's
Yeah.
even getting familiar and really like grounding into the space that you're going to be
Right.
learning in too. So it's kind of like a double benefit right there too as well.
Yeah,
No.
totally. And it, like, I mean, what are we? We're like water and energy, basically, is what we really
Right.
are. So, like, sort of the coming together of, in yogic practice, it's often called a sangha, which is a community of practice, community of
Mhm.
learning. So kind of like creating whatever that sangha is going to look like for the weekend, of people coming from different places and learning. It creates a sort of energy that is palpable throughout the whole thing. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's a
So
really,
now if there are people coming and they don't usually do yoga, they don't move around much, and do you offer just some, helpful hints for them? Like, can you make the practice work for them regardless of how they are?
yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I always say in classes anyways, like, if there's something you don't want to do or it's not in your practice, you don't have to feel pressured to do it. I would
Mm-hmm.
say if people are like maybe a little bit less experienced, but they want to do some sort of yoga, they might want to do the minor arcana flow if they're a little bit like, oh, I'm not really, I don't do a ton of yoga. The major arcana flow definitely has a little bit more physicality to it because it's
Mm-hmm.
a vinyasa. I
Yeah.
mean, I definitely try to make it so everyone can do it. I would say probably, like, if you've never done yoga before and you think you want to do this, you might want to try a yoga class or two before you come,
Yeah.
the weekends, just to get, an idea of what you're in for, so that your body can really reap those, in your mind can reap those benefits. But yeah, I mean, the minor arcana flow is basically laying around on the floor.
Yeah.
So it's the very chill one.
No, but
So it's kind
it
of,
is.
try to get something for everyone
Right.
in during the end.
Yeah. No, and that's why I wanted to bring that up too, because I know, people are always like, oh, I don't know if I want to try that, but I
Right.
definitely recommend. And if you even want to go and just sit there and just do the breathing, you can do that
Exactly.
too. So don't
Exactly.
not do it because you're not familiar.
Right.
You definitely want to do
Right.
it. And with incorporating the tarot and all of that, it's just like a different
It
mindset too. And I really
is. And like, and you can, you can attempt what feels okay for you. So like everyone has to kind of be um, the purveyor of their own body and what your abilities are. So yeah, so I think that's perfectly fine too. If you want to come and just sit and listen, bring your deck and like kind of like, feel a connection to the card with whatever it is that we're doing. So yeah, that's totally a thing to do too. And luckily, since we are typically doing this in the basement of in the library at the Hawthorne, it's all carpeted down there. So like if you don't have a yoga mat, if you didn't have one to like, pack in your bag and you didn't bring one, you don't have to worry. You can just bring a towel and, there's space.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely, and what better time to try new things than at the Witch City Gathering.
True.
So why don't you tell everyone where they can find you and find out more about you?
So my website, wildseawellness.com. I wish I updated a lot of things on it more than I do. But I do try to keep the workshops that I have up there updated.
Okay.
So there's a couple upcoming ones if you're local, for spring and into early summer. I haven't updated everything yet, but soon. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm pretty active on Instagram. It's just at Wild Sea Wellness. Mm-hmm. And my Facebook is the same. Yeah. I don't really do any of the other social medias. But yeah, I'm always posting about things that are going on or just kind of wellness tips or just something like about what the moon's doing on a particular day or just like, hey, just, take a deep breath today.
Yeah.
So give a follow if you're interested in some of the offerings I have. Like I said, I do the full moon stuff and the new moon. Yeah. And then I usually try to do meditations like with the 8, Wheel of the Year holidays. Right. We didn't do Beltane this year because I was traveling, but then I do have a summer solstice one that's coming out.
Oh, awesome. Oh, cool. Definitely.
Yeah, so it's just a nice blend that, some people, we worry a lot about like cultural appropriation and like where's the line between appropriation and appreciation. So I really try to focus in on the appreciation aspect.
I think that is a good way to go for sure. I agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on with us today. And I look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.
And everybody, Witch City, Wild Sea Wellness, definitely go give her a follow and check out all the good stuff. Her Instagram is actually a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend
I try to keep it fun. So thank you.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. And if you have any questions too, when we're at the event, you can always come, go to Chrissy and ask her. If you have any questions today, you can leave it in the comments. I'll make sure she gets them. So, and like I said, the tickets are definitely selling fast. So don't wait, do it now and get it secured. All right, everyone, you have a great day. Thanks for joining us today.
Jen, it was good to see you.
Thanks.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.